Hello and welcome to the cybersecurity video series powered by Saraswati Repository. My name is Vishal.majithia. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to perform man-in-the-middle attack using ARP poisoning from Ettercap. Ettercap is a tool available in Parrot and Kali Linux by default. It is a tool used for doing or performing man-in-the-middle attack. So here we'll be performing using ARP poisoning, means the attacker and the victim should be on a same LAN, means they should be able to communicate between them using ARP. So let me show you what is the scenario first of all. So right now I'm on the attacker machine. I'll be configuring the Ettercap in attacker machine. Before that, let me show you the scenario. This is victim. This is attacker. And this is web server hosted on cloud, that is AWS Lightcell. So now this victim will be accessing this web server and the attacker will be sniffing the traffic that is being passing from victim to web server, and means the attacker will be performing the man in the middle attack. That is man in the middle attack. That is called man in the middle attack. We'll be using Ettercap tool in order to perform man in the middle attack. So both this attacker and victim are on same LAN. Let me show you that. For performing the ARP, we'll be performing using ARP poisoning. For resolution of ARP, both the attacker and victim should be on same LAN. Then and only then we can poison the ARP on the victim system and make sure and enforce the victim to send the traffic to us, and we'll be forwarding that traffic to the web server. Indirectly we'll be sniffing without the consent of victim. The victim will be enforced to send the traffic to us or the attacker, and we'll be forwarding the traffic to the web server, and we'll be sniffing this traffic using the Ettercap. We'll be also performing this experiment using the Ettercap. Let me show you the IP address of victim and as well as the attacker. Currently the IP address of attacker is 192.168.143.30 and that of victim is 192.168.143.25. so both are on the same LAN. So we'll be doing the ARP poisoning using the Ettercap. First of all, let us configure the Ettercap in this attacker machine, and after that we'll be performing the ARP poisoning. Let me show you the IP address. So here the IP address of our attacker machine is 192.168.143.30. Let me zoom in a little bit so it will be easier for you to see. And that of victim, login to victim of the terminal, zoom a little bit, config, and the IP address of victim is 192.168.143.25. Here I'm using Ubuntu as a victim system. First of all, let us configure the Ettercap in attacker. to forward the traffic that is being sniffed by us, we need to check the forwarding of IP by /proxys IPv4 net IPv4 IP forward. This is the parameter which should be set to 1 in order to forward the traffic that is being coming to us and passing it to destination or the internet. So for this we'll be doing sudo echo 1. We'll be making this value as a 1 by typing this sudo echo 1 proc sys net IPv4 and IP/IP forward. So permission tags, we should have the login to the root in order to make changes in this, because it requires the root privilege for this. Let me jump into the root. Okay. So we are now in the root user. Now we'll be changing it by echo 1 and proc sys net IPv4 /IP forward. So we can also verify the value that we have changed right now has been updated or not by typing the command cat proc sys net IPv4 and IP/IP forward. So now it has updated. We can log out from this, from the root user, clear this one. So what we'll be doing here, we'll be running the Ettercap by typing the command sudo ettercap -g for the graphical user interface GUI. So this is the Ettercap. So what we'll be doing here, we'll be clicking on this icon accept. So it has started the unified sniffing on our interface. So what we'll be doing here is click on the 3 bars, click on the host, click on the host list, and again click on 3 bars, host, and scan for the host. It will scale wall subnet. So as you can see, it has discovered IP 192.168.143.1, which is our gateway for the internet. 192.168.143.25, this is the victim, and another system that is another it's a window. So we'll be targeting this. In order to do the man in the middle attack, would be keeping the target 1 as a gateway. So whatever the traffic the victim is sending to the gateway for the internet access, it should send us before. So we'll be keeping gateway as a target 1 and the victim as a target 2. So ultimately what happened right now, let me show you. It's this is the gateway router and this is the victim. This is the attacker. Both are on the same LAN, so it has been connected with the, let me show you by the, so both are on the same LAN, and .1 is the gateway, .25 is the victim, .30 is a attacker or the hacker. So we have made this as a target 1 and this is the target 2, means whatever the traffic sent from the victim will be sent through attacker, and the attacker will pass this traffic to the gateway, and indirectly they will be forwarded to the internet on the cloud. So whatever the service it is accessing on the internet will be passed through this attacker. So that's why we have set the forward for this as a forward parameter as a 1. So this system should forward all the traffic that is being coming to this interface and forward it to the destination. So now we have successfully assigned the target 1 and 2. Now what we'll be doing, we will be clicking on this MITM menu and we'll be performing ARP poisoning. Before that, let me show you how does it impact on the victim. So this is the victim system. Let me log in, clear this one, fconfig. This is the IP address of the victim, clear. Now let me show you the ARP table. So here is the ARP table. The gateway is, as you can see, the MAC address of the gateway is right now this. Means the actual gateway is for the internet is this. Let me ping the Google. We are able to read the internet, right? So the ARP address, or we can say ARP minus B, that is IP address 192.168.143.1, is the MAC address is this. After doing the ARP poisoning, the MAC address of this will be updated to the MAC address of attacker machine. So this is the impact of the ARP poisoning. When we click on the ARP poisoning, let us click on the ARP poisoning from the attacker machine, and it gives the two options: option parameter sneak, remote connections, or only poison one way. If you want to poison only one-way traffic, right now, and this scenario will be getting the traffic from the victim and will be forwarding it to the internet or the gateway. So we'll be snipping the remote connection and click OK. So ARP poisoning victims are this gateway as well as the victim. So let us check the impact of the ARP poisoning on the victim machine. Let us do the ARP minus A again, and as you can check, the MAC address of the gateway device has been changed dramatically or suddenly after. So you can imagine the impact of ARP poisoning on the victim system. So whatever the traffic that he is getting, it will be forwarded, all the frames will be forwarded to this MAC address, and this MAC address is of attacker. Let me show you. ETH2, sorry, it's a if config. Let me, as you can see, 000C2901786, and you can verify it on 000C2901786. So whatever all the frames on layer 2 will be forwarded to the victim attacker machine, and attacker machine will forward all the frame to the internet, to the gateway device, and this victim doesn't know whether my traffic is getting snipped or not. He is unaware of this. So right now, in the victim machine, I'll be opening up the browser, and I'll be accessing the administration console of my WordPress or any kind of thing. Let me show you. This is my website, WordPress website, that is being hosted on the Amazon. So it's in HTTP, that is clear text, means whatever the traffic that is being flowing from this system to the destination website or web server will be unencrypted. Man in the middle will able to intercept the traffic in a clear text. So we'll be logging into admin. So that's what my purpose to show you. So don't use any unencrypted protocols for this. The user is user and password is. So we have now successfully logged into my administration console of my WordPress. Let us check it by the attacker machine whether it was able to retry the password or sniff the password using the man-in-the-middle attack. Let's close this one. So as you can see, the user is user. It has sniffed, and the password is VSM %. It has 143. So it was successfully able to retry the password whatever we have sent it to the web server. So don't use HTTP protocol or unencrypted protocol. The person or the attacker doing the man-in-the-middle tab can sniff your password in a clear text. So another test would be doing on the victim machine is we'll be logging to web server using a telnet, because telnet sends the traffic in a clear text, right? So we'll be opening the browser. We'll be opening the terminal. In the terminal, let me zoom in a little bit so it would be easier for you to see. Telnetting my server, that is vishal.majithia.tech, and this is my website, and web server will be logging into the console of my web server. So it has asked us for the login. I knew the ask password, username and password. Let me type in the username and password for this machine. So we have successfully logged into my server of my website. We have got the terminal access of the server. So let us check on from the Ettercap machine whether it was able to retrieve the username and password, because Telnet sent the username and password or any of the information in clear text. So it has not retrieved any username and password. So for this, let me open up the Wireshark in order to snip the packets from the system, and we'll be performing this scenario again. Start the capture on this ETH0, and on the victim machine, let me exit this one. Let me log in again to my website or the web server terminal by typing the telnet and the destination, that is vishal.majithia.tech, press enter, and the username is and password that I will be typing is this. So we have successfully logged into my Bitnami or the terminal of my web server. Let me go to the attacker machine, that whether it was able to retrieve the username and password of the telnet. So it has captured all the packets. Let us stop the capture here by clicking on the right icon, and in the filter we'll be typing telnet paste enter. So it has captured all of the packets. As you can see, source is 192.168.143.25, that is the victim IP address, and the destination 65.2.84.37, that is the IP address of my website, vishal.majithia.tech. So what we'll be doing here is, let me zoom in, right click on any of the packets, follow the TCP string, so this was the earlier packet. Let me close this and again do the filter for this. So this is the another packet. Let me click on the third packet and right click on the third packet and follow the TCP string. It is also showing me the exit. Let me show you. Let me click on any of the after the packets. It's also showing the back. And click on any of the and between packets. Let me follow the streams. As you can see, the username is Bitnami and the password is 143. Means we were able to sniff or retrieve or harvest the credentials of the victim machine using ARP poisoning from Ettercap. So we have performed the ARP poisoning on Ettercap, and the victim machine was deliberately sending all the frames to the attacker machine without his or her consent, and our machine was forwarding that packets to the internet, and by using the Wireshark we were able to capture all of the packets which were in the clear text. Means don't use the protocols like HTTP, Telnet, FTP or unencrypted protocols for accessing your web services or any of the services or your devices. Do use HTTPS, SSH for accessing the terminals, secure FTP or any kind of secure or encrypted protocols in order to prevent or mitigate this man-in-the-middle attack, so anybody in the middle would not be able to see your data in a clear text. So I hope this was informative for you, and I would like to thank you for watching this video. Thanks.